Let's talk about LifeLock alternatives. If you're watching this video, it's because you are smart. It's because you feel like there's probably an alternative to LifeLock that exists out there. That LifeLock might not be the best identity theft protection service in this day and age. And I'm here to tell you, you're right. Trust your intuition. You are absolutely on the right path when it comes to searching LifeLock alternatives, because indeed, LifeLock is actually one of the worst identity theft protection services on the market. And in this video, I'm going to explain why, as well as give you 3 to 4 other alternatives that are going to be a better fit for the vast majority of people watching this video. Sound good? Let's jump into it. A quick summary of why you might want a LifeLock alternative. Well, really it's because LifeLock is just not a good product. Once upon a time, LifeLock was the only option when it came to identity theft protection. It was a novel product. It solved a pain point for people, but new entrants have come into the space, and LifeLock, unfortunately, has seriously degraded its product. It's just not a good product today. Their customer support is bad. They're offshore, so if you call, you're not speaking to somebody based in the US, you're really going to have this classical call center experience where you're shuffled from person to person until you get a basic question answered 35 minutes later. The software does not do a good job of scanning the dark web for your personal information. Credit reporting that LifeLock offers is actually pretty good, but the price that it comes at is just not worth it. There are simply better options than LifeLock in this day and age, so if you're thinking about LifeLock, I'm telling you, don't do it. Go with one of these guys instead. The video description below is going to have links to discounts, so make sure to click those and see what discounts we have available for you today. Starting with the first LifeLock alternative, this is my personal favorite. I admit I'm biased, but Aura is going to be a very good alternative, a better alternative than LifeLock. Aura offers everything that LifeLock does and more. It has better dark web alerts. It has automated data broker opt-outs. It has a credit monitoring system that is as good as LifeLock's, and it comes at a price that's typically going to be about 50% of what you would pay with LifeLock. Now contrast all of that along with the fact that you can get up to $5 million of insurance coverage with Aura. This is a contrast to the $1 million insurance policy cap that LifeLock offers, and you see why it's probably a better fit for many of you watching this video. Additionally, Aura is going to come with a VPN, antivirus software, and a parental controls software called Circle that LifeLock isn't. Yes, you can get antivirus, VPN, etc. with LifeLock, but it does not come included as part of its core package. So that's going to be an add-on. And this is one of my beefs with the LifeLock product is it's peppered with upsells throughout the product design. You'll sign up for LifeLock, you'll think that you're set, but it turns out that, oh, if you want the antivirus, that's going to cost you a little extra. Or if you want the VPN, that's going to cost you extra. And so the price adds up very quickly with LifeLock, whereas with Aura, it's all included under one single price. Speaking of price, one thing that you need to be aware of when assessing each of these protection services is you need to figure out whether they're going to renew in year 2 at the same price that you got them at in year 1. Now I can tell you with Aura, if you were to sign up today, you'd pay the same price in year 2, in year 3, in year 4 that you pay today. Whereas with LifeLock, if you choose to buy it through one of our discount links in the video description below, that discount is only going to apply in year 1. Year 2, you're basically going to renew at 40-50% higher price. Just wanted to mention that that's an important thing to be aware of, and a very basic question to ask when assessing the services. Am I getting the same renewal price in the case of Aura? Yes. In the case of LifeLock, no. Moving from LifeLock alternative number 1, or let's talk about LifeLock alternative number 2, which is Identity Force. Identity Force is owned by TransUnion, and it's a good product. Their credit monitoring capabilities are very robust. The design of the Identity Force product, I'll admit, is a little outdated, but it has all the information you need. Additionally, with Identity Force, you are going to get social media monitoring, so it's potentially an interesting product for those of you looking for that. Identity Force has decent dark web alerts, not quite as good as Aura's, but way better than LifeLock's, and people generally seem to like the product. The one drawback with Identity Force is if you want credit monitoring at each of the 3 major credit bureaus, you're going to have to go for their Ultra Secure Plus credit plan, which starts at $23.99 a month. And that's just a pretty steep price for credit monitoring. Would I go with Identity Force over LifeLock? Yes, I would go with basically any identity theft protection service over LifeLock. Would I go with Identity Force over Aura? No, I'd go with Aura instead because of the much lower price point and the fact that you get more features with Aura. Moving from Identity Force to Costco Complete ID, this is a good LifeLock alternative for a small subset of you watching this, and that's going to be those of you who are already Costco customers. If you are a Costco customer, then you can get Complete ID and 3 bureau credit monitoring for $8.99 a month, and that's a darn good price. That's really comparable only to Aura. Every other product on the market is going to be more expensive than that. So if you're a Costco member already, then consider Complete ID. They do have a good but bare bones credit monitoring infrastructure in place, and their threat resolution specialists are US based, available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and again, very professional and courteous. So for those of you who are members of Costco, consider Complete ID as a LifeLock alternative. The last LifeLock alternative that I'll be covering in this video is ID Shield. ID Shield is kind of a weird product. It's not my favorite, but it's good for those of you who are looking for reputation management. So if you want basic credit monitoring and you're really more concerned with monitoring your overall web presence, your footprint online, then ID Shield might be interesting because it does offer some interesting reputation management capabilities. The other nice thing about ID Shield is that every threat resolution specialist on their team is a certified private investigator. So that's going to give you peace of mind if you're going to sleep better at night, knowing that you have a licensed PI waiting, ready to assist you should you have any issues with identity theft, then definitely consider ID Shield. Again, not my favorite product on the market from a design perspective. You'll end up with a bunch of tabs open in your browser and the design is sort of cluttered and not all that intuitive. But the threat resolution element that ID Shield offers, I think, is as good as that of any of the other companies mentioned in this video. So those are, in my mind, the most compelling alternatives to LifeLock. You might notice I didn't mention Identity Guard. That's because Identity Guard is owned by Aura. Aura is essentially a better version of Identity Guard. So if you were considering Identity Guard as a LifeLock alternative, I just go with Aura. It's a better, more updated product, and that would be my recommendation there. And if you still have this lingering question of should I be using LifeLock, my answer to you is no. I don't care which of these alternatives you go with, but don't go with LifeLock. It's not going to be a fit for most of you watching this video. The product is woefully outdated. I hope that changes. LifeLock, if you're watching this, step your game up. But until the LifeLock product is seriously improved, you are smart to be considering alternatives. So thank you for making that search. Thank you for finding this video. You're right to be considering something beyond LifeLock. And my vote would be for Aura, so consider that, but also consider any of the others mentioned in this video. If you want to learn more about some of the products mentioned in this video, keep watching. A video is going to autoplay next. That's going to have more information. Otherwise, check out the links in the video description below. Be sure to subscribe. We appreciate new subscribers. We are coming out with content on a weekly basis, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.